Alright, Horror Nights update number 2. It's going to be quite a while before the light trusses are up here for the themed lighting for Horror Nights. Last year they were like, I think a week before the event started. It was kind of late, but obviously not because they were up in time. So before we get much past the arches, here's some lights to light up this area just for theming. Sure that there are some over, yep, on this side as well. Haven't even seen them yet, but I figured this is where people wait for the gates to open, so it's just some gobos. There are also some lights up here on top of the arches. Now once you're inside, there's some lighting up here. It's not going to be all about lighting, there's other stuff. And then some lighting up here for the RIP tours, and just general lighting. Alright, back over to Hollywood. Now, if I read this correctly, this is going to be Vanity Ball. Beauty is pain, literally. The secrets... Now, here's where I think it's going to be Hollywood. In the streets of Hollywood, your flesh becomes their canvas, and blade-wielding artists slice up willing participants, probably some unwilling participants, into horrific living works of art. Here, going under the knife takes on a whole new meaning. Well, that sounds a little bit like Face Off and a little bit of House of the Thousand Corpses to me. But that's seems to be the confirmed area for Vanity Ball. Whoops! Back the next day because I ran out of time. Over by Shrek, or well, that's the entrance to Shrek. This is more like Hello Kitty, but there's some truss up there for lighting for the entrance for the house is going to be here. I don't know which one is going to be. Over by Horror Makeup, there are some other lights. This area lighting. It's kind of interesting though because nothing really happens over here during Horror Nights. I guess it's just a place to hang out. I don't expect a scare zone here. Too small. However, well, we're all familiar with the brutal Viking warriors. It's terrifying enough thinking about facing them alive. Now picture facing them as the undead. They have risen and laid siege to Central Park with an onslaught of gore. Bloodlust never dies. Got speakers, and that's a power supply over there. Oh yes, one thing about Halloween Horror Nights, it's definitely not quiet. Look at all these speakers. You can hear Halloween Horror Nights from a mile away. You really can. Seriously, you can. And over at the entrance of Kid Zone, where there'll be most likely 2 other houses, yesterday the tents went up for food and beverages. Well, I already showed you the Simpsons area. That hasn't changed. And it won't change until the first night of Horror Nights when the scare actors fill it. So let's keep going. Over here in World Expo, right next to Men in Black, is another food and beverage tent. Right across from what should be 2 separate house entrances. That's all. The music in this area is terrible, but it was terrible when I was growing up, so I like it, even though I don't. Wait, something like... Let's just move on. They already have a lot of setup here. Fear Factor only closed a few days ago, and looks like they've hung all the lighting and the audio system and everything. At least it's pretty close to being done. Though it hasn't been specifically announced being right here, it is Academy of Villains Altered States. The Academy of Villains returns in an epic experiment, or mind and body. Man's true nature is dragged into the dark gothic streets of anarchy. This wickedly talented group of artists is back for all new performance, including killer mix of whatever. I'm not even bothered. Over here is another area of food and beverages for your purchase. And not too far from there is another one. This is a tent that was taken down for a hurricane a few years ago and that wasn't set up again during the event, but it is back. These are the lights I said would go up the next day, and they did. But, whoa, check this out. It has been quite a few years since we've seen truss, if my memory serves me, which it probably doesn't. It's been a long time since we've seen truss going over a scare zone entrance. They used to do that more often, but when Superstar Parade started in 2012, they don't anymore because the floats are really, really tall. It is possible that a float could hit that as high as that is. No doubt this is a scare zone. So, it doesn't specify which one. So we'll just call it an arcade. It might not be, but an arcade is going somewhere and this is going to be a scare zone. That's all I know for now. Okay, I'm back in this part of the park in New York. I swear, every single time. That looks like the Killer Clowns truck from last year. Of course, it's not Killer Clowns this year. It's kind of weird that it's just painted white, though. Maybe they're going to finish painting it? I don't know. Wait. This is completely crazy conspiracy. I have no information except seeing this truck. What if they use environmentally friendly, water-soluble paints, and every single night they have scare actors out here spray painting the truck, and then they wash it off at night, and then do it all again the next night of Horror Nights? Just a theory. Might be crazy. Just came to my mind. I saw them clearing this out recently. This is a super extended queue for Transformers. They're moving some of the theming out of here that's usually over here. And this is going to be obviously decorated more, but it's going to be another bar for Halloween Horror Nights because booze and Horror Nights go together, just like Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice. Oh, okay, I was expecting Beetlejuice, not Tense dressed like Beetlejuice. But, okay. Whoa. Check out this giant structure. Well, this was just truss just yesterday. I have to say, the more they put up, the less I like it. We'll see how it is. Just random pipes. There's a little bit of theming under here as well. It does look like the arcade, an arcade, so whoops. And some what's going to be theming. Kind of Halloween related. I just forgot to include this in the last update. The Monsters Cafe menu has changed. Hopefully the food quality has increased. I have never eaten here except for the Scare Actor experience, the Scare Actor's dining experience, which will be here soon actually. The barbecue chicken pizza, I kind of want to try. I really like good barbecue chicken pizza. I haven't found a good pizza in this park yet. Don't tell Universal I said that. Except for Aventura. Aventura's pizza is amazing. And, well, Portofino Bay is pretty good. I'd say Aventura is a little better. More Beetlejuice-like tents over by the Music Plaza stage. This is going to be filled with barricades next month for whatever the big house is going to be. Could be Stranger Things. Good chance. So there are these LED spots I showed you before here, and that's the only evidence I see of a scare zone. I keep hoping every year they don't put a scare zone in here because it's a main way that people walk in, and it just kind of slows people down. But there's been one here every year as far back as I can remember, so I would anticipate seeing one. We'll see. So the other scare zones are Zombieland. Again, no more zombies. Zombieland Double Tap, which, for all I know, could be here. Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe, which I would think would be a large scare zone. That's why I was thinking it would be New York. And Arcade, which, again, I'm saying looks like New York now. Vanity Ball, which, of course, is Hollywood. It says right there. And Vikings Undead, as we saw, is going to be in the Central Park area. And like I said, Academy of Villains. There is still one IP house that has not been announced. There are rumors, but as of 9:28 a.m. on Tuesday the 13th, without checking Twitter, because I don't like doing it on my phone, we still have one other IP house that's going to be announced pretty soon. Could be today, probably as soon as I publish the video. But for now, that is all I can show you for Halloween Horror Nights 29. I will have more updates because every day there's new stuff in the park for Halloween Horror Nights. But for now, please check out my other videos. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. I know everyone says that, but seriously, if you have not subscribed, please do. And thanks for watching this video all the way through. Please exit through the gift shop. One more time, there is an actual gift shop. There's actually two, really. So if you want to look at my merchandise, click or tap on the icon on the screen, the end screen, and also check out my other channels and the California playlist.